LCSW exam is not really a recall exam. This exam is going to test your application knowledge. It is going to test how well can you apply the knowledge to any setting within the social work field, whether it's school social work, whether it's CPS, whether it's working with the elderly. They want to private practice. They want to test you and see, are you able to navigate the different avenues within this field on your own? Because as we know, with the clinical licensure, you do not need supervision and you are pretty much on your own. And that is something to be very mindful of, because that is something that is very important. And for the LCSW exam, you need to work on your calming techniques just as much as you are learning the information. Because again, if you are not able to keep calm or control your nerves enough, you are not going to be able to access the information, and it's going to be very difficult to pass the exam. This is coming from somebody who took the exam 3 times. So if anybody knows anything about this exam, it is me. Make sure you are doing deep breathing techniques. If you have to count down, you have to make sure you are dedicating enough time to being able to keep calm, just as much time as you are dedicating to learning the information. Understand that this is an exam where you are not going to get every question right. In fact, when you are taking the exam, it might not feel like you're getting as many questions right as you are. I will say this last go round, I felt more confident in my answers. I didn't spend as much time on my answers because I felt like I knew the information. Again, RayTube is golden. His program is golden. I do not get paid to promote RayTube. This is just my raw and honest opinion. He also has free videos that you are more than welcome to use. A lot of people use those as well, but I did use his paid program, which costs $100 on top of the Agents of Change videos. One of the videos in particular, 5 W's. Check out that video. They are breaking down how you should approach the question. And one of the things I will say is that when it comes to the questions, when you're reading the question, you need to put yourself in that setting. So if it says Jasmine is a new school social worker that just started this month, right then and there, you should know, okay, I'm in a school social work setting. Same thing, if it says Jasmine is a hospital social worker working in the emergency department, okay, I'm in the hospital setting. That is going to help you answer the questions. Another gem is you don't want to answer these questions like you would based on things you would do at work. You want to answer the questions based on how they want you to answer the questions within your studying, within the code of ethics and things like that. You need to be able to answer the questions to pass the test. And that's just the bottom line when it comes to that. There's been a lot of discourse surrounding the new exam. I can't speak to the new exam because I didn't take the new exam. My number one thing would be to just know the information regardless. Whether you're taking the old exam or the new exam, the number one thing is going to be to learn the information inside and out and be able to apply it. You really should do as many practice questions and exams as you can do possible. That's what you want to do because you're going to become more familiar and comfortable with the way that the test is written. So do as many practice tests and exams as you can. Everybody's exam is different. I might take an exam that has a lot of hospital social work questions, a lot of school social work questions, and a couple of medication questions. Somebody else might take the exam and they might have a lot of supervision questions and they might have a lot of research questions. You don't know what exam you're going to get. Nobody gets the same exam. You really just need to know the information, and you really need to start with the KSAs. The KSAs for LMSW or the LCSW really bring what can possibly be on the exam. And KSA stands for the knowledge, skills, and abilities. Again, they have this for the LMSW. They have this for the LCSW. It gives you a complete breakdown. A quick Google search will allow you to access this information for free. I would definitely print it out and kind of just use it as a guide. You are not going to get every question right. You are going to get some questions wrong. There's nothing that you can do about it. Do not spend too much time on any one question because you are going to overwhelm yourself. I would also not flag any more than 5 to 10 questions. And if you are flagging questions, I highly suggest you try to answer them just in case you don't end up being able to go back. I would not flag that many questions. I flagged a lot of questions during the second half of the exam. I ended up having to go to the bathroom twice. The second time I went was not during my break, so that counted against my time. Within the exam, I found myself pausing within the exam, finishing the rest of the exam, going back to my questions. And at one point, I think I went back to the flagged questions within the exam and then finished the rest of the exam. So you really just don't want to trip yourself up or make yourself more overwhelmed than you're going to be. I don't know anybody who has went in and took this exam and they're going to tell you they didn't have any nerves. You are going to have nerves. Your job is to be able to control your nerves to a certain level so that way you can pass this exam. You are able to pass this exam. You are a great social worker. Whether or not you pass this exam or not, if it takes you a few tries, then that is fine. Do not let people rush you into retaking the exam. Yes, if depending on where you live at, you can apply for what's called a waiver. You will be able to retest as early as 7 days if you miss the exam by less than 10 points. Keep in mind that you have to pay for the exam each time you take it. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody doesn't have the $250, $275, $300 that it costs, not even including studying material, to take this exam repeatedly and rapidly. You have to do what works for you. I tested for the first time in 2024. I did not test again until this year. You have to do what's best for you. So many people were telling me, take the exam, don't wait, take the exam, hurry up, take the exam. You have to do what's best for you.